Shri Kishore Kumar Peter Gonzalez, known by the pen name Kishoo Barkur, writes short stories, scientific articles, and poetry in English and Kannada. His published works include the collection of poems Dhaktya Devanchim Burgim and the collection of short stories Rupannam, which was awarded the best book by the Karnataka Konkani Sahitya Academy in 2002.
डॉक्टर गौरी शंकर रैना ने ललदियत की बात की और ट्रांसलेशन की, तो एक सवाल शायद ये उठता है कि जब आप किसी स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन की पोएट्री को जब आप ट्रांसलेट करते हैं, तो क्या आपकी मनस्थिति भी वही होनी चाहिए टू बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द आंसर बिफोर यू ट्रांसलेट इट? आई नाउ हैव द प्लेजर ऑफ इनवाइटिंग डॉक्टर किशोर कुमार पीटर गोंजाल्विस टू से अ फ्यू वर्ड्स.
Namaskar. Distinguished guests and friends, it is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today to discuss a subject that lies at the heart of human connection, the portability of culture through translation. Translation is much more than a linguistic exercise. It is a profound cultural negotiation. When we translate from one language to another, we are not merely converting words, we are transporting entire cultural frameworks, contexts, and nuances. Today, I'll explore this intricate relationship between language, culture, and translation, focusing on two of India's most vibrant languages, Konkani and Kannada. These languages, deeply rooted in India's cultural mosaic, provide rich examples of how culture travels across linguistic boundaries. Languages are not neutral vessels. They are living repositories of the accumulated wisdom, values, and worldviews of their speakers. Take, for instance, the Konkani term mok. While it translates to love in English, its cultural connotations extend far beyond the romantic associations we might first assume. In Konkani, Mog encompasses familial affection, reverence, and community bonds, reflecting the cultural priorities of the Konkani-speaking community. Similarly, the Kannada concept of Anubhava transcends in English words experience. There is also Anubhava, which carries philosophical dimensions related to spiritual realization and lived wisdom deeply rooted in Karnataka's historical and cultural context. I am taking the example of my own story from Konkani translated to English. The story follows Gregory, an elder uncle who refuses to attend his nephew's wedding due to perceived disrespect from his brother Vallu and family. Gregory justifies his absence through religious righteousness while harboring resentment over family dispute, including an unresolved land issue. Despite his claims of spiritual devotion and organizing a community boycott at the wedding, Gregory's internal monologue reveals his bitterness as he learns the wedding was successful without him, exposing his wounded pride marked as religious virtue. Religious and spiritual concepts offer some of the most striking examples of how cultural nuances can be lost in translation. In the Konkani version of the text, terms such as Pavitratmo and Besav hold specific Catholic theological meanings while being deeply embedded in Catholic Konkani culture. When translating these terms into English, we encounter a challenge. Should we focus on theological precision or cultural significance? Kinship terms in Konkani and Kannada illustrate complex cultural hierarchies and expectations. In Konkani, words like Algadobau, that is elder brother, Putno, nephew, and Vodlopai, a respectful term for father's elder brother, carry meanings that extend beyond their literal definition. These terms not only identify relationships, but also outline duties, responsibilities, and the social norms. For example, The cultural belief that an elder uncle's blessing is crucial for successful marriage is common in Konkani literature. When translated to English simply as uncle or nephew, these cultural layers are flattened and the richness of the original context is lost. In Kannada, kinship terms like akka and anna serve not only as familiar labels but also as indications of respect and hierarchy. These terms embody the deeply ingrained cultural value of honoring elders and recognizing familial roles, which are frequently overlooked in translation. Languages express emotional experiences in unique ways. And this particularly clear when comparing Kannada and Konkani. In Kannada, the word nachke captures feelings of shame, embarrassment, and modesty, emotions that are closely tied to one's standing in the community. Similarly, the Konkani term Maryad embodies respect, honor, and dignity, reflecting values that are regulated by the community. Take, for instance, in my Konkani narrative, where the main character feels a sense of dishonor after being left out left out of his nephew's wedding. The original text conveys this through cultural specific references to shame and societal judgment. Translating this emotional depth into English requires a thoughtful approach to maintain the cultural context while ensuring it resonates with the large audience. The translator's challenge. The translator faces several competing priorities. Semantic fidelity, accurately conveying the literal meaning. Cultural mapping, identifying suitable cultural equivalents. Aesthetic transfer, maintaining the literary and stylistic qualities. Accessibility, ensuring the content is understandable to the target audience. A successful translator acts as a cultural diplomat, balancing these priorities while upholding the integrity of both the source and the target cultures. The enrichment of target languages. When translating from Konkani to or Kannada into English, we don't simply transfer content from one language to the another. We have the potential to enrich the target language. English has historically gained from borrowings like karma, guru, and avatar from Indian languages, which fill the gaps in its vocabulary. Modern translations continue this practice, broadening the cultural horizons of target languages by introducing new concepts, viewpoints, and ways of expression. For example, the Kannada word Meravanige, a festive procession, or the Konkani term Von, a traditional Konkani sweet, can expose English speakers to new cultural experiences, enhancing their linguistic and cultural understanding. To conclude, translation is not merely a word conversion. It is an essential bridge that brings different cultural perspectives together. Through the use of reflective, cooperative, and context sensitive approaches, translators have the ability to preserve India's multicultural linguistic heritage while bringing its cultural treasures to the global community. This not only enriches the target languages, but also enriches the source languages by highlighting their continued relevance and value in today's interconnected world. Thank you for your time. Let us continue to celebrate the richness of our languages and the power of translation to bring us together. Thank you.
That is very well said. Let's celebrate our languages and celebrate translation that brings us together.